me believe right. Let's make me believe right. Believe you want to see.
Hi guys, hi, welcome back to my channel. In yeah, welcome back. It's been so long. I was supposed to have this video up earlier than today, but I tried to film something and it didn't work out. Like I tried to bend my hair and it didn't work out, but I'm going to try again and film that video again. So in this video I got inspiration to do a video based on my favorite red lipstick. In case you guys don't know, I'm obsessed with red lipstick. I know there isn't much of that on my channel, but I'm obsessed with red lipstick, and at any point in time I have like 4 to 5 different shades of red lipstick in my makeup bag. And in this video I thought to make a look that was inspired by my favorite lipstick, which is the Banus lipstick that you get to see later. And yeah, this was just a fun tutorial for me to make. I really enjoyed making it. I hope you enjoy watching it just as well. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified anytime that I post. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a very big thumbs up.
Hi guys, and I'm going to be using 2 foundations for this look, my LA Girl Pro and my Black Opal True Even foundation, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how I do that. I'm going to take this cool AliExpress kabuki brush and apply the LA Girl Pro foundation right in the center of my face. The point of this technique is to apply a lighter foundation in the center and a darker foundation around the perimeters of the face to naturally give the dimension that we would try to create while highlighting and contouring. And I know that the foundation looks very bright and yellow. First of all, it's the light, and second of all, the foundation does oxidize, and third of all, that's exactly what we want. We want the foundation to be lighter in the center, and we want it to be darker in the perimeter of our face. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to take my Black Opal True Even foundation in the shade Rich Caramel, and I'm going to be applying that to the perimeters of my face. This foundation is very gray. It's a bit too gray or olive for me, and it does oxidize as time goes on, so that's why I chose it as the perfect color to use in my perimeter to contrast with the yellowness or the yellowness of that LA Girl Pro foundation. So it's a bit gray, and you're going to see me blend it into where I applied the LA Girl Pro foundation and also around the perimeters of my face, and I'm going to blend that as evenly as I can see to do. I'm just trying to check if the camera is focused on me or not. Now for my next trick, I'll be using the LA Girl Pro Foundation in the yellow corrector shade, and I'm going to be taking that at the back of my hand and mixing it up with my foundation shade, and I'm going to be applying it as an extra highlight under my eyes, just to really brighten up the area and give me a super bright under eye. Now that I'm done placing the products exactly where I want it to stay, I'm going to go in with this flat dome concealer brush, and I'm going to be stretching out the product and just placing it exactly where I want it to be. It's just a way of blending it. I'm going to blend it with something else much later, but this is like a preliminary blend, if you understand what I mean. Next up, I'm going to be taking my RCMA setting powder, no color powder, and a brush, and I'm going to be applying that on my face in the places where I want to set the concealer. I'm not going to bake anywhere apart from my smile lines. I'm just applying the product by patting it into the skin, or several times actually. Maybe that is baking, I don't know, but just applying it exactly where I want it to be and patting it into the skin so that it stays. Next up, I'm going to be taking this new nude palette that I got from the drugstore, and I'm going to be taking this sultry shade, and I'm going to use it to contour my nose, starting from the top of the bridge and like that eye socket area. I'm just defining the width of my nose. I'm just imagining in my head, like, if I were to have an ideal nose, how would it look on the tip? That's exactly what I'm doing. And I'm also blending it up into the eyebrows to help give a more synergistic look, as opposed to just two stark lines on the sides of the nose. Now taking my Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palettes and using a burnt orange shade there, I'm just going to be applying that shade all over my lid and crease and entire eyeball. just my whole eyeballs. I'm not going to be doing my brows in this tutorial only because of two things. First of all, my eyebrows are starting to grow out of shape. Because of the quarantine and everything, I haven't been able to thread my eyebrows like I usually would, and I don't want to mess it up. And secondly, I just really like this cool bushy eyebrow situation. So next up, I'm going to be using this brown eye pencil from Clean Color. It's a really dark brown. Yeah, it's dark. It's a really dark brown, and I'm going to be using that to line the whole perimeter of my eyes. I'm also going to create a little bit of a cute wing on the outside of my eyes, but don't worry too much about this being perfect. Of late, I've been gravitating towards brown eyeliners as opposed to black eyeliners because brown eyeliners make the eyes look much softer, and they're just much more forgiving on the eyes if you mess it up than, let's say, for example, a black eyeliner would be. Now all I'm doing here is I'm taking a spoolie and I'm brushing off my brow hairs to give some semblance of, like, just to pay some respect to the eyebrows. To pay some respect to the eyebrows, because we can't just leave her undone, that's kind of disrespectful. I applied my lashes and mascara off camera because that's very difficult to do on camera, at least for me. And I just use it on my top and bottom lashes paired with some individual lashes on my top lashes, and this just really helps to bring in the length. I'm going in with blush right now. I couldn't show you the palette because it was broken and bruised, and I was just ashamed of the palette, but it has some beautiful colors that I love to use on my cheeks. Now for the next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to be taking this Milani contour duo stick. You guys have seen that before, and I'm going to be taking the contour side. I love this because it is a skin colored lip pencil, if you understand what I mean. It's not too dark and it's not also too light, but it is very creamy. So later on, you're going to see me set a little bit of that creaminess with some powder, just so you can act like a lip liner. I'm going to be setting with the RCMA powder. Now the next thing I'm going to be doing is to be taking this nameless mica powder from AliExpress. I ordered it like 3 years ago. I don't even remember the brand or the link or anything like that, but it's this perfect rose gold color that just doesn't add a golden glow. It adds like a realistic glow, it's like a white, like your skin is just glowing from the inside, like from the within, and it really complements the blush so well. So I'm just going to be applying that on the areas I usually would apply: my chin, my philtrum, my tip of my nose, and nose bridge. And now for the star of the show, I'm going to be taking my Banus lipstick in the shade 07 or 03. I can't really remember the shade anymore, but it's this really cute vampire red, if you will. And I'm just applying that on my lower lip first, because my lower lip usually goes fine for me, so it gives me the confidence to continue with the rest of my lips, especially when I'm applying a matte lipstick, you know. Now for my upper lip, the way I do it is to start in the philtrum. Once I'm able to define the philtrum, the rest of the lips usually go pretty well. And even if they don't, as long as the philtrum looks great, nobody will notice, because that is like the dead on center of the lip. So whenever anybody sees your lipstick, usually they look at your philtrum first. The next step is to use my Zaron setting spray, mist and set. And yeah, that's almost it for this tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you learned a thing or two from this tutorial, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you all are home, staying home, and are safe and are bonding with your loved ones. And I hope I'm praying for the whole world, and I hope we'll be out of this crisis soon. So remember to spread love. Bye.